Oh no. He just accepted his fate, pulled out the sandwich.
To infinity and beyond!
Generic intro into theduckgoesmoo. We're back with some more bad weapon category by Fish Stick on a stick. Today we have the Equalizer, which appears to be a pickaxe. I'm not sure if I've ever seen anybody use this. I know for sure I have never used this before. You want to check my reaction to the last bad weapon category, which is the Pomsum. I'll leave it right up there. Also, link down below in the description. Also, be able to playlist on my channel with all of my other Team Fortress 2 videos. You want to check that out. Should I make one for Bad Weapon Academy? Let me know in the comment section. I read every comment. Also, shout out to the patrons down below. I really wouldn't be able to do this if it was not for them. They allow me to make as many videos as I do, and the past couple days have been absolutely insane on the channel. Between Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I made 9 videos go public. It's absolutely insane. My patron prices have stayed the same. It's still $3 a month for every single reaction video a day early. So definitely be interested in that. Definitely check that out if you are interested in that. I don't know what English is sometimes, but I love this series. It's very, very, very good. I love reading your comments, and I just love every person that clicks on these videos. So let's go ahead and learn about the Equalizer. It can't be worse than the Pomsum, right? I should be live streaming today. I know I didn't live stream last week because I was out of town. Minecraft. I actually am starting a Minecraft series that I stream on.
Cupcake.
Soldier voice lines. I actually started a Minecraft little series that hopefully will go up on the gaming channel. I just have to find time to edit it. And
Welcome to
TF2
Bad
videos
Weapon
as well.
Academy, where we take a look at the worst weapons TF2
Help.
has to offer, and I show you
Yeah,
how
I
to
should be
best
live streaming
utilize them.
like
A long
5 to
time
7
ago,
p.m. Eastern
before I
time. Follow
even
me on
started
Twitch.
playing the game, the soldier melee of choice was without question the
shovel.
Equalizer.
It
And
was?
You might be looking at this picture I'm putting up on screen right now and thinking, hey, that's the escape plan. What do you take us for?
I thought it
Animal
was the escape
stupids?
plan.
Yes.
Well, for the past 8 years,
The heavy's dead.
you would be correct. But from 2009 to 2012, these two were actually the same weapon, with both
Huh?
effects of low health being active, the speed boost and the damage
Speed boost?
This was obviously much too powerful.
Oh,
I
the
mean,
taunt kill.
hell,
Oh,
how
I
many
missed.
escape plan soldiers have you seen running around
Wait,
with the
I know
speed
him.
of sound,
Oh, it's
one-shotting
Danny.
everything in sight with a random crit? Now imagine that, but the crit does
I should react to
300
him.
damage. So the effects were split into 2 weapons. The
Oh.
escape plan easily got the better deal. And in both casual
Oh, no.
and competitive, it's a soldier mainstay for its sheer utility in basically any situation.
I was
The
confused when I
Equalizer,
read that this
however,
was the
got
Equalizer.
the
So I
short
was like,
end of the pick.
pretty sure it's
Stick.
the escape plan.
Sorry. Let's look at the stats.
Because, like, escaping
This won't
prison,
take
you know,
long.
diggy hole.
The Equalizer does more damage the more health you're missing. But if you're at full health,
Oh.
it does less damage. At full health, it does a measly 33 damage, even lower than the Scout's base melee. It takes
Yeah.
until you're at 114 health to get back to the base melee damage of 65.
Was it-
And when you're at 1 health,
Is that the
it will
Wii
do
Sports menu
107
music? No, it's a
damage.
Wii menu.
Now, the effect is not lowered even further if you're overheal. So a 300
Oh.
health soldier isn't going to do like 5 damage with this thing. That's
That would
not
be
much
dumb.
of a consolation though, especially since this thing has a minus
he taunt
90% healing rate from medics while
Why?
active. So you'll only get about
Why?
2 health per second from most mediguns and about 3 health per second from the quick fix. So what's all this add up to?
Yeah,
Well,
what
the
does it?
old Equalizer worked well
Demo
because
Knight.
the speed boost allowed low health
Speed
soldiers
boost?
to close the gap very easily
You got
on
little broken
enemies.
hitboxes.
This is important for melee options. Demo Knight has his shield,
That's
Spy
it.
has invisibility,
Jesus.
disguises, and
Way too
usually walks
fast.
towards enemies backpedaling his way.
Everyone
Oh, how
back
it
to the
feels.
base, partner.
Do I
and market
need to
guard
react to
soldiers
this?
can
I know I
rocket
need
jump.
to react to it,
But
but
for
when
the
do I react to it?
Equalizer, it's really not viable for closing the distance if you're already injured because you're the second slowest class in the game. So the weapon is saying,
Wait,
advance,
Soldier's second
go for
slowest?
it. But the design of your
Really?
entire class is saying, we'd better not. In effect, if you're at low health and not in pickaxe distance of your enemy, you'll be doing the exact same
Ooh.
thing as you would be with the escape plan with no benefit. That is to say, running away. Oh jeez.
Ooh,
Oh, I'm full
that was
health.
bad.
This is the optimal time to use it. No, it's
The
not.
optimal
It's
time, he's gonna
Get
die.
the fuck out of here. That's the problem with the Equalizer. Here's
It's
the
not
big
good.
problem with the Equalizer. Soldier melees are actually decently useful beyond their utility, which normally isn't
Market
the
garden.
case for close-range combat
What?
classes like Scout.
Who's still in
Heavy,
it?
or
Oh, now I
Pyro.
got the kill.
This is because of the self-damage that rockets do at close range. And when you couple that with the fact that you only have 4 rockets in your clip, the fact that
Yeah.
your rockets are not only used for combat but also for mobility,
Yeah.
and the fact that you have a fairly slow reload, it means you'll be caught without primary ammo a lot. But in those situations, the Equalizer offers you very
And
little,
it drops your
even
health.
at its best.
So, combo.
At 1 health, aka as good as dead when you're in enemy territory, you only do 42
5
more
health.
damage than stock. That's only enough to one-shot 2 things you couldn't before. Big Earner Spies and Kunai Spies.
Big
It
Earner
does bring you into
Spies.
the range to 2-shot more classes. Like, hey, you can 2-shot
Two-shot with a
pyros at
melee.
low health. I guess this is good. The boosted damage, I'd say, really only comes into
Pyro.
effect in 2 situations.
I think it
When you get a
burns.
random crit, since it can cross that threshold needed to one-shot soldiers, heavies, islanders, knights, and certain
Thrown.
overhealed classes, and when you're hitting someone who's already wounded. The problem with random crits is you're depending on a dice roll to make this thing usable. I don't like talking about random crits in bad weapon
400
accounts, mostly because I fucking hate them and don't want them to exist anymore. But also for a reason
That
Lazy
you?
Purple said in his Demo Man Extras video. They don't belong in any discussion regarding balance. I shouldn't be telling
True.
you to go in there and hope for a random crit because then you're going to get
That's very
disappointed
true.
a
He
lot
makes
of
a
the
very
time.
good point.
My advice for you guys using a weapon shouldn't be just get a random crit, for the same reason it shouldn't be just play with a pocket medic. Anyway, even
Or
with that in consideration,
only click
for
on
this
heads.
measly upside, you lose out on the escape utility of the escape plan, the support of the whip, the pick potential of the Mark Gardener,
Oh,
the
God.
self-healing of the katana, the capping support of the pain train.
There's a lot of
or
weapons I've never
even
used.
just the reliable damage of the stock shovel. If you find yourself in a situation where you're above 114 health, but run out of rockets and need your melee,
You're
this
doomed.
thing's useless. Your one-shot
we have Minecraft
everything with
music.
2 classes in the game random melee crit goes down to 98
Wait, what?
damage when you're at full health.
What just happened?
You'd be better off just reloading a rocket. So, with a fairly pitiful upside in the grand scheme of things, no way to close the gap while you're already injured,
Yeah.
and being a downgrade if you're above half health, what can we do to make the Equalizer useful? This
Yeah.
weapon is unfortunately very situational. The times where I
Very.
feel like I've gotten the most out of it are against wounded
called the
enemies
Equalizer.
who don't know you're there while you yourself are wounded. But what was that thing Lazy Purple said in his scout video?
Come to think of it, every quest
I
in
don't
the game would perform better if their opponents were always turned away doing other things. Stop.
Yeah, exactly.
So the best situations to
so that's
get
what-
performed
what it-
in
how it
are
feels is like, huh?
basically redundant because they can be performed just as easily with the
Interesting.
rest of your kit. And even then, the Equalizer itself is basically interchangeable with your other melee weapons for the situation. One thing you can try to do is use it in conjunction with a bomb. Although I've had
What do you mean, a
particularly
bomb?
poor luck in this regard, even though it does
Oh.
sound good on paper. The idea being you use it as a sort of diet market gardener, where you do less
Yeah,
significant
a combo,
burst
like I
damage,
said. But
you
it
know
also
you
do
can have
damage to
precision
yourself.
timing to pull it off, and it covers the issue of needing to close the distance on your enemies. However,
True.
I've found a few issues with this.
Oh,
For starters, often
that.
you'll end up just totally succeeding or totally failing in the bomb,
But it'll be
leaving
fun.
everyone or yourself dead before
Wow,
you
what
even
a
get a
shot,
chance to
dude.
pull out the Equalizer. Another
Oh.
problem is that your rockets could launch targets away from your melee range, and
The
finally,
pyro
in the
went
best
flying.
case scenario, you'll need to be using this
Bye.
against a single remaining target when you're at low health. As any more than that, and you're sure to die on the way out.
He seems to be doing better with it
Even
than
that isn't
some other
set in
guns like the
stone.
Pomsum.
Many times you'll see that even if you were at 1 health and you did manage to hit them without melee registration fucking you over, the Equalizer
sound,
wouldn't have
didn't
mattered
it?
regardless.
Hitboxes.
Pulling this thing out, thinking it's going to do more damage than it did, has gotten me killed far more often than
Have they
it's
do the
secured
math?
me a kill. However, I can't deny that this is an option, and you guys may have better luck with it than I have, especially you Romer
No.
fans out there.
Well, the bombing
He actually
tactic is
killed
the
a heavy
best
with
way
it.
to close the distance on enemies because it covers your speed weakness.
Oh, hi.
It suffers from a lack
Oh,
of
that was so
consistency
fortunate. You
and
bumped him
reliability.
into him.
Because the damage you deal changes based on your health at such an extreme degree, a couple HP could be the difference between killing someone or letting them walk away with single-digit health. And if you're not only
Ooh.
keeping track of your enemy's health and simultaneously running math
Yours.
equations in your head with a formula of 107.25 minus 0.37295,
What? No, I'm not doing
each,
that.
where each is equivalent to your current health while rounding to the next highest integer, then you should be in Mensa, not playing TF2. To this
What's
end,
Mensa?
the Shansha, despite having
The
a very
Shansha?
similar
Shansha?
concept,
Shansha?
ends up being a much more reliable weapon for a couple reasons. For starters, it's fixed damage once you're below half health. You know exactly how much you're going to do. And another reason is that it has a positive effect because it brings nearby light classes into the range where you can easily finish them off after a no-scope or uncharged bomb.
How did the pyro lose?
You don't need to pull out a calculator to properly use the Shansha. If you want to make the math even more complicated, you can use the battalion's backup to change your maximum base health pool. This can actually make it a bit easier to use, since unlike healing weapons like the Black Box or Conqueror, the addition of more health doesn't make the effect worse. It makes them more effective when you have more health, and it lets you tank damage you couldn't before. Like if you eat 2 pipes with any other secondary, you're dead. When you eat 2 pipes with a battalion's backup, that demo better hope he doesn't miss pipes 3 and 4, because he's in some trouble now that you're at only 20 health and angrily swinging a pickaxe at him. You could also try this with the Conqueror, since the self-healing will bring you to 1 health after the first pipe, but in any other situation, it's going to be a detriment since you're going to be healing constantly. And therefore,
he's just like, no, I don't want it. I don't want to die.
This is also why you shouldn't use this with the Black Box.
The medic.
As for the buff banner, it definitely deserves a mention here, since at low health, it bumps up the damage you deal up to the range where you can potentially one-shot light classes. So you can be way more aggressive and suicidal with your bombs once you activate the banner, as the Equalizer will do a hell of a lot more damage to nearby.
It seems like there's a lot of steps just to be able to use this
incredibly
thing.
difficult
Just
to pull off. And
just have a reason.
Suicidal, let's talk about one last aspect of this weapon.
Come here, cupcake! No one ever goes out of that door, you know.
Taunt kills. When you're a slowest soldier and at low health with no way to rocket jump, sometimes you're just gonna die. So why not go out with a bang and take some pursuers with you? Or hell, just go for some cheeky spawn camp kills. Why not?
What?
While the rocket jumper
I don't think I've
doesn't
ever gotten a spawn
nullify
kill.
the effects anymore,
Or not spawn
it's
kill,
still free mobility and lets you get to the enemy's spawn or other sneaky positions that they won't see a suicidal soldier.
Did he survive that?
This is totally just a meme strategy, but at least you can still have some fun with it.
Why do
Although
you
if you're feeling
blow
really
up?
ballsy, even though the rocket jumper won't save you from the taunt kill anymore, the battalion's backup will when the charge is deployed and you're at full health. Although if you want to survive the fall, you're gonna want to be overhealed. And hey, since medics can still heal you while you have the Equalizer out, that means they can Uber you too. So you can run in while Ubered and go for a taunt kill.
And go for a suicide taunt kill, Uber?
Hills or die trying to stop you.
Oh, that's heavy.
Oh no! He's just accepted his fate, pulled out the sandwich.
Oh no, he stole it.
Wait.
What? That poor bastard just gave up.
Can you blame him?
What are you gonna do?
Of
what are you gonna do
when
an Uber-charged suicide bomber shows
this
up?
This might not work out so well. Speaking of Uber, this is another strong point of the weapon: building Uber. When a medic heals a teammate, his Uber charge builds based on how much health the teammate in question has. If the teammate is overhealed, then Uber builds slower. This is to discourage pocketing. Although this has never stopped any pink-painted, blighted beak medic girlfriend from shoving her crit streaks
that's a hat stereotype, isn't it?
That he's puking heal particles. Well, the 90% slower heal rate means that medics can build Uber on you to get Uber much faster than if they were healing you normally. However, it is worth noting that both the factors of the suicidal taunt kill and the slower heal rate are not exclusive to the Equalizer. They also apply to the escape plan. Although in terms of both,
so just use the escape plan, moral of the story.
Equalizer, since you're not marked for death while doing either of these actions. But you know what the escape plan is not good for? Tank busting. That's right, step aside.
Of course, another man versus machine.
How it's done. If you use your own rockets to injure yourself,
what's going on with that
you
tank?
can solo a tank in MVM by using the Equalizer along with the buff banner. I don't recommend injuring yourself too much when the tank is in an area with robots. Wait until it leaves the main area, and while your team deals with the robots at the front, bring yourself as low as possible and start wailing on it. If you max out your swing speed and buff banner duration, it's kind of like the Cleaner's Carbine Bushwhacker tank busting combo, except now your crits do 300 damage.
Why does the tank look
Unlike
different?
Using your rockets, you're doing a consistent stream of damage without needing to reload. Especially when paired with crit canteen,
so sick.
I found it to be surprisingly effective. Weapons with weird niche uses in MVM seems to be a theme lately. I wonder if that will continue for the next few videos.
I'm sure it will.
I didn't intend for this series to be why you should buy the Robots Destroyed Strange part for this weapon academy, but I guess that's where we are at this point. The Equalizer is a weapon that just kind of bums me out because I see the potential here, but it's a weapon that feels like less than the sum of its parts. So how would I fix that? That's hard to say because the solution to this thing's biggest problem already exists.
It's
the escape
called
plan.
the escape plan.
Yeah, just
However,
use the escape
last
plan.
thing I expect is a full reversion that deletes every escape plan from existence so the Equalizer can have its old stats back. So, I think it just needs some new utility. One of the big problems is the way the damage scaling works now. It makes this weapon kind of unpredictable. So, maybe go the Sean Shot treatment and give it a flat damage bonus once you're under a certain health threshold. This makes it more consistent and predictable, so you'll know for sure how much damage you're going to do.
It makes it better, but it doesn't make it usable.
However, this would mean that it would do less damage, so I propose another change. At base, it has a flat damage buff over stock.
Oh wow, that follow-up shot was nice.
So a full health hit does 78 damage, and when you're below half health, that damage buff is doubled. So it becomes a 40% damage increase and your attack will do 91. As a downside, on top of the current healing penalty, it would have a slower swing speed. Maybe a bit slower than the Market Gardener's currently has. If that downside works for other effective straight upgrades like the Market Gardener and Uber Saw, then it should work here too. I think this gives it a decent utility as a last resort melee option. It'll do slightly less damage than you would at single digit health, but you can reach that threshold much easier as he's burning to be below half. Another idea I had was to give it a damage resistance effect while active, as a sort of inverse of the escape plan's mark for death while active effect. This way you can actually close the distance a bit easier, not with speed, but with endurance. If you wanted, you could even put these two together and also let me festivize it. And the escape plan.
Oh my god, him and the festivizing.
And the Market Gardener. I still don't know if it would be worth
using
more than the escape plan or Soldier's other melee options, but it would be way better than it is now.
Oh! Yeah.
Until then, though, go out there and suicide the enemy spawn and tell them Fish sent you.
The one time the advice is, go be a suicide bomber. Huh. I knew there was a pickaxe in the game, but I didn't know it was the Equalizer. I always thought it was the escape plan. That's why when I actually read it, I was like, the Equalizer? I thought it was the escape plan because I always, like, correlated it with, you know, like, digging yourself out of prison, not the movie Equalizer, you know? Oh, man. So, yeah. Let me know if you have any experience with this thing and if you enjoy it. I've definitely never used it before. Maybe I'll try it out on stream today. Who knows? I'm going to be streaming on Twitch, hopefully from 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can find my Twitch link in the description. It's always a great time, and I play with some viewers and stuff, and you can join in and have some fun times. I think Scream Forge is still going on, so hopefully I can enjoy that and play with you, and I'm always active in chat. I love the interaction, but I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you for watching. Hopefully it made you smile. I would love to read your comments, leave some down below. But until the next video, take care, and cue the music.